Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to tell you the process for practicing in New Zealand after your BDS from India. Like all my videos, I'll give you step-by-step information on scope, eligibility criteria, registration process, exam fees and overview on the expenses. So let's see the scope. In India, root canal treatment charges are in the range of 2000 to 10,000, that is 50 to 200 New Zealand dollars. Whereas in New Zealand, the range is 800 to $1,200. So you can think of the economic stability and income of dentists in New Zealand. So all those who primarily intend to migrate to countries like US, UK or Canada can also consider New Zealand in their list. In order to register as a dentist in New Zealand, there are multiple application pathways. The application process varies based on several factors, which makes it little confusing to understand. But you don't have to worry, as I'll tell you the process in simplified way. But before we go ahead, please make sure that you remember all these steps in Canada licensure process. Canada and New Zealand registration process has few steps in common. To keep this video small and precise, I'll just name those common steps and won't go in their details. So if you don't remember the steps in Canada NDEB registration process, please jump to my video on Canada licensure process from the above icon. Alternatively, you can follow the link in the description. And if you remember the steps, let's move on to the eligibility criteria. As I said, there are multiple pathways to register. So the first task is to identify which pathway is right for you. This can be done via self-assessment. In self-assessment, you have to primarily consider two factors. The first factor is how do you want to register? Whether you want to register as a general dentist or as a dental specialist. And the second factor is to identify if your qualification is prescribed or non-prescribed. You must be remembering that in NDEB process, you have to identify if you come under accredited or non-accredited dental program. Similarly, for New Zealand, you have to identify if your dental degree comes under prescribed qualification or non-prescribed qualification. Now, dental graduates belonging to dental schools or universities from New Zealand, Australia, Canada, USA, UK and Commonwealth countries come under prescribed qualification. You can check the detailed list by following the link in the description. All those who come under the prescribed qualification automatically qualify the New Zealand Dentist Registration Examination, that is NZDREX, and they can directly register as general dentist in New Zealand by paying the application fee. And if they want to register as a dental specialist, then they need to go for the next exam, which is New Zealand Dental Specialist Registration Examination, that is NZDSREX. The names of these two exams are similar, which might confuse you. So do remember that NZDREX is for general dentists and NZDSREX is for dental specialists. Now, apart from the countries that I mentioned, dental graduates belonging to countries like India, China, Japan, Pakistan, etc. all these graduates come under the non-prescribed qualification. The graduates from non-prescribed qualifications can also register as a general dentist or dental specialist. There are two pathways for non-prescribed dental qualifications, which are individual assessment and equivalency process. I am sharing the application process in detail with both the pathways, and it's up to you to decide which one you want to go with. So now let's see the first pathway, that is individual assessment. If you come under non-prescribed qualification but think that your qualifications, training and experience are equivalent to a prescribed qualification for the scope of practice as a dentist, then you can apply for an individual assessment. The Health Practitioners Competence Assurance Act 2003 provides that New Zealand Dental Council may treat any overseas qualification as a prescribed qualification if in their opinion the qualification is equivalent to or as satisfactory as a prescribed qualification. So when you apply to register as a general dentist via individual assessment, you actually try to qualify for NZDREX, that is New Zealand Dental Registration Examination, without directly appearing for the exam. Now let's see the process. A person who is involved in teaching of a New Zealand prescribed qualification will assess your qualification curriculum and any further studies completed. He will determine whether it is comparable to the New Zealand prescribed qualification and send the report to New Zealand Dental Council. The council will determine if your qualifications may be considered equivalent to or satisfactory as a prescribed qualification. In addition to this, the council will also consider whether you satisfy the fitness for registration and English requirements. So now let's see what are the fitness requirements. Fitness requirements include your ability to communicate effectively, your mental and physical health, and there are some more fitness requirements. You can check them all by following the link in the description. Now let's move on to the English language requirements. You have to pass a Dental Council approved English test to the required level. The New Zealand Dental Council has approved International English Language Testing, that is IELTS, and Occupational English Test, that is OET. You can go for any of these exams, but remember that the results of these tests are only valid for 2 years. To know the pass criteria and further details, please follow the link in the description. In addition to these requirements, you need to understand the cultural, social, and legal framework. You have to familiarize yourself of the New Zealand healthcare and dental environment by reading the New Zealand Conditions of Practice Handbook. You will be required to declare that you have read and understood the content of the handbook when you apply to register. Please remember that if you are not considered fit by the New Zealand Council, you cannot register as a dentist in New Zealand. Now let's see what all documents are required. When you apply for registration, you need to send documents to support your application. You can upload some of these documents while completing your online form. After you complete and submit your online application to council and make your payment, the council will contact you to let you know if they need any further information. They'll also tell you if you need to send hard copies of any specific documents, how to send them, and by when you have to send them. The council will also require some documents to be certified as being a true copy of the original by an authorized witness. If any of your documents are not in English, you will need to provide an English translation by an official translation agency. The types of document you may need are identification proof, qualification degree, health reports, practice experience, fitness to practice certificate, examination results, English requirements, current and past registrations, professional referees, and there are some more documents. You can check the detailed list of documents by following the link in the description. After following all the steps that I mentioned so far, if your application is approved by the council, then you will be able to practice in New Zealand as a general dentist. The process that we saw until now is enough to apply as a general dentist in New Zealand via individual assessment. Now, if you want to apply as a dental specialist, you have to follow some more steps. The process involves similar steps which are there in process to apply as general dentist, like you have to submit documents, you have to meet fitness and English requirements. In addition to this, you have to qualify the New Zealand Dental Specialist Registration Examination, NZDS REX. Now this exam is made up of 5 components. The first component is written examination to establish whether you have an adequate understanding of the scientific basis of a specialty and can apply that knowledge to clinical situation. The second component is case presentations, where you have to submit documentation of a number of specific cases relating to your specialty. The third component is clinical examination. Then comes oral examination, and finally the fifth component is evaluation of your research skills. Now I want you to note one thing here. To qualify the New Zealand Dental Specialist Registration Examination, that is NZDS REX, you must pass all 5 sections and you have only one attempt to sit and pass all the components. Now let's see the fee structure. The fee for the individual assessment is payable with the application form. The application fee to register as a general dentist via individual assessment is $4,203, that is roughly 2 lakh rupees. The application fees to register as a specialist dentist in New Zealand is $5,359, that is roughly 2,75,000 rupees. And you will further have to go for NZDS REX, and the fees for the same is $21,886, that is roughly 11 to 12 lakh rupees. Once you get approval from the council to practice in New Zealand as a general dentist or dental specialist, you have to pay for annual practicing certificate or retention fees. So now let's see what is APC or retention fee. At the time of online application, you are asked if you intend to practice in New Zealand immediately after the approval or you just want your name to be retained on the register. So if you want to practice immediately, you have to pay for the annual practicing certificate, which is approximately $1,200, that is 60,000 rupees. And if you wish to just include your name in the register, then you have to pay the retention fees, which is approximately $130, which comes to 6 to 7,000 rupees. Please note that you will receive an email with an invoice to pay for APC or retention fee after your registration application is successful. And if your registration application is not successful, that is when the council determines that your qualifications, training and experience are not equivalent to a prescribed qualification, you will have to consider the other pathway, that is going for the equivalency process or completing a prescribed qualification. Now I want you to note one thing here, that the fee structure that is mentioned in this video has been taken from the official New Zealand Dental Council website and it is subject to change. This video has been shot on 1st September 2019. For latest fee structure, please refer to official Dental Council of New Zealand website. I have shared the link in the description. Now let's get into details of second option, that is equivalency process. In equivalency process, you have to qualify New Zealand Dental Registration Examination, which is nothing but NDEB equivalency process. Yes, it's the same process which is there for Canada. You will have to clear the AFK, ACJ and ACS exams. Clearing the NDEB equivalency process will automatically qualify you for New Zealand Dental Registration Examination or NZDREX. Now please note that NZDREX is enough if you want to register as a general dentist. But if you want to register as a dental specialist, then you have to appear for the second exam, that is NZDS REX, New Zealand Dental Specialist Registration Examination. I have already shared the steps to clear the NZDS REX. So now let's see the fee structure. The application fees for NDB or NZDREX qualified candidates is $557, that is roughly 30,000 rupees. And if you wish to register as a dental specialist, you have to pay additional fees for New Zealand Dental Specialist Registration Examination, which is $21,867, that is 11 to 12 lakh rupees. So the total application fee to register as a general dentist in New Zealand with equivalency process incurs expenses for NDB equivalency process plus English test plus New Zealand Dental Registration Examination registration plus APC or retention fee. So the total registration fee comes to $14,000 to $15,000, that is 7 to 8 lakh rupees. And for specialist dentists, it would be approximately $35,000, that is 17 to 18 lakhs. So this was just the registration and exam fees. Apart from this, you have expenses like visa, airfare, accommodation, coaching classes, etc. I have already explained this in Canadian licensure process, which remains the same for New Zealand. So overall, the fees can be anywhere between 20 to 60 lakhs based on whether you apply as a general dentist or dental specialist and the pathway that you choose. Friends, I have tried to give you step-by-step information about the process to register as a dentist in New Zealand. But please do visit official New Zealand Dental Council website or connect with someone who has undergone the process and migrated to New Zealand after BDS from India for accurate information. I hope that after watching this video, you will have more clarity about the process. If you like the video, then do subscribe to my channel and let me know your views in the comment box. Thank you.